What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new tactic testing video. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so my voice is absolutely broken, but we are looking at 4-3-2-1, the Swanton Bomb by Delicious the Assembler, which is a brilliant name. It's better than Jeff Hardy, that name, isn't it? But let's jump in, have a look at the tactic and see how it gets on. So here we are, and here is the tactic. In goal, we have a sweep keeper on defend with tackle harder. We have two ball playing defenders on cover, both with dribble more, stay wider, and tackle harder. On the left hand side, a wing back on support, and on the right hand side, both stay wider and tackle harder. In the middle of the midfield three, a defensive midfielder with tackle harder, and two Segundo Volantes on attack, both with tackle harder. I mean, this is ridiculous, isn't it? We have two inverted wingers on attack, both with tackle harder, both with stay wider, and up front we have an advanced forward with, you guessed it, tackle harder. You know, balanced mentality. In possession we are shorter passing into space, running the defence, underlapping left and right with a higher tempo. In transition, rolling it out, distributing quickly, and counter pressing. Out of possession we are with a much higher defensive line, a much higher press, pressing much more often, preventing the short goalkeeper distribution, and also getting stuck in. So that is the tactic. Let's go to Leeds and ultimately see how this does. Here we are with Leeds and a 5th place finish, which, from what I remember, this is the best we've done in ages with Leeds United. So 67 points go in the bag, and a 3rd round of the FA Cup and a quarter final of the Carabao Cup. First of all, we will look at the Carabao Cup and see what the run-in was like until we got knocked out by Brighton. So in the 2nd round, a penalty win over Leicester at home, a 5-1 win against Southampton, and a 4 win against Birmingham. Before a 2-0, we must do this. Was this a slump? We can't see it. A 2-0 loss there. Webster and Ferguson getting the goals, knocking us out in the quarters. In the FA Cup, not as good as a run, losing to Yorkshire rival Sheffield United 2-1 away from home. Not the best, that is it, but we do move. And here is the Premier League. What a lovely set of results here. I mean, losing the odd game but having a nice general run. This was the worst run of the season. A 4-0 loss to Man United, a 4-3 loss to Tottenham, a 2-0 to Fulham, and a 2-1 to Palace. But then after that, you know, just getting big wins. A 4-0 here, beating Chelsea, beating Newcastle, draws, beat Southampton, 3-0 against Fulham, 4-1 Bournemouth. I mean, it's 4-1 against Liverpool is a massive result. Liverpool very, very strong on this game. But let's have a look at the Premier League. Let's have a look if we are in the goal scorers. We have Gnonto and Strike joint 13th goal scorers with 13 apiece. So corner technique, they're probably working off well. Average rating, we are not in the average rating, but we should be in the assists. Yes, we are. Jackie Harrison in that 20th, in that first place with 20. No one else on there actually, which is weird. I thought there would be a lot more people there. If we look at the squad, average rating only 2 on a 7 or above. If you look at the average rating, only Gnonto on a 7. Everyone else there's a lot of 4 of them on a 6.9. But if you look at the goals, 14 for Gnonto, 14 for Strike, and 10 for Rodrigo, and assists, 22 for Harrison overall, 7 for Sinistera, 5 for Rocker, and 4 piece for Rodrigo, Dallas, and Wilfried Gnonto. So it's a good season, that. The best season we've had so far. Obviously, qualifying for Europe with Leeds is very difficult. We're going to go with Hull now and see how Hull goes. Here we are with Hull, and as you can see, 4th round. Here we are with Hull, and honestly, very, very unlucky. 4th place in the Championship, getting knocked out in the playoffs. We got a 4th round of the FA Cup and the 1st round of the Carabao Cup. First of all, we will look at the Carabao Cup. And a 3-1 loss to Preston. I mean, not much to tell you there. I thought we might have put a little bit more of a fight there, but we didn't. In the 3rd round of the FA Cup, though, a 2-1 win against Middlesbrough before 2-0. Kind of a lot, but you can't even blame the red card there. 93rd minute red card. Not ultimately costing us. But let's go down here and look at this. Lost on penalties. We're at home as well. We lost on penalties. Let's have a look at how many penalties were taken. Traore missed his, putting us out. And again, we absolutely dominated. They had 3 shots all game that were on target. Very disappointing there. But overall, a very, very successful season. If you go to the league, Norwich, Blackburn and Borough all went up. I mean, do we get any? I mean, we beat Borough here. We beat obviously in the FA Cup as well. If we go to Blackburn, Norwich are at the top. 1-0 against Norwich. A lot of wins here, you know. 5-0 Watford, 3-0, 4-2 Borough there. Blackburn draw there. And a Blackburn loss. So, you know, I love to say a mixed bag, but it's not, is it? We've had some very, very nice results. Obviously, just like Leeds, the odd loss, but not like a series of losses where you start worrying, like maybe 3 or 4, but after that, we really start picking up the points, which is very, very important. If we go to the Scout Championship, in the goals, we have Malcolm Ebiowei with 15. He's the only person on there, so I don't... Oh, Seri's got 20 assists. Jesus. Jacob Greaves, 18 with 7.07. Jean-Michel Seri there, first place with 20. Pelkas with 10 in fourth. Slater with 10 also in fourth. And that rounds up that. We'll have a look at the squad quickly. Obviously, these episodes, I'm very conscious about making these a little bit smaller, a bit shorter, bite-sized chunks for you to really use and take onto your saves. But 7.07 for Greaves, and then a lot in the 6.9s, being what, 6 there. So that's very, very, very impressive. 15 for Ebiowei, 11 for Estupiñán, and 11 for Sean McLaughlin. Then in the assists, 20 for Seri, 11 for Pelkas, and 10 for Regan Slater. So with 90 points, with a big point haul at Bromley, this will be a new first place tactic. So let's get over there, see how it got on. Can it take the top off JYR? Let's find out. At a 4th place finish, 83 points, puts this at an 80, which is first place in the Tactics League. But how did Bromley get on? So obviously, he didn't go up. We lost in the playoffs. Gateshead going up there. The 4th qualifier on the FA Cup, disappointing, but the semi-final of the FA Trophy. Let's first of all go at the disappointing one, the FA Cup. I mean, 2 draws with Kidderminster Harriers. I mean, did they go up Kidderminster? No, Kings Lynn did. Okay, interesting. But a loss on penalties, very disappointing. Give away a penalty in a 105th minute goal. I mean, the score a second after you just hit the lead again is very, very disappointing. But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it now. In the FA Trophy, Telford in the 3rd round, 5-3. We beat Notts County 2-1. Ebbsfleet 2-0. Maidstone 5-0. Then a 1-0 whimper we went out with, which is disappointing. But once again, we are going to look at this run. This is what cost us here. That is a disgusting run to go into the playoffs, isn't it? That's the worst run we've seen so far. So obviously this is first place in the Tactics, but imagine if something had clicked here and they got a few more points, it'd probably be absolutely running away with it. But first round of the playoffs, a 3-1 win against Eastleigh, then a 4-1 absolute capitulation away at Gateshead. I mean, it's a shame of that run because we've got some massive results here. 5-0 here. We've scored 15 goals in the first 3 games of the season. Ridiculous. I want to see how we did against Wrexham and everyone. Not to count you drew here. Wrexham 2-1 win here. Lost there. That is just absolutely buggered us that at the end of the season. But 80 points, which is very, very, very impressive. If we go to the league, we will see if we have anybody that is in there. Charlie Kendall from Lincoln with 47 goals this season. That is ridiculous. More than Paul Mullin, considerably more as well. Obviously, Kendall, 7.21. It's a low rating for 47 goals. Assists, Billy Bingham with 27 leads it. Corey Whiteley's got 11. Forster's got 10. And let's have a better look at the squad so we actually see what is going on here. We get rid of Not at Club. Look at that. 4 above a 7. 28 for Bingham assists, 14 for Forster, 13 for Wheatley, and 10 for Dennis. 51 goals overall for Kendall. 17 for Whiteley and 16 for Reynolds. So what I didn't think, if that little blip at the end of the season didn't happen, this would have been an absolute walk away with the title. But still, what a tactic. You need to try this one out. It is so, so good. Please like, subscribe, comment down below what you think. Are you going to use this? Have you got any of your tactics you want me to test? Apologies about my voice this video. My voice is, I'm struggling now. But stay safe, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.